This is Chet Holmgren, and I'm down to dunk.
This is AJ Mitchell, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Alex Crusoe, and I'm down to dunk.
It's like baby bottle pop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is Adam Flagler, I'm down to dunk.
Hey, it's Isaiah Hartenstein, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Cason Wallace, and I'm down to dunk.
I can't spell Lucas. Hey, how do you spell Lucas? How do you spell Lucas?
This is Lou Dort, and I'm down to Dort.
This is Nikola Topic, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Dylan Jones, and I'm down to dunk. This is Isaiah Joe, and I'm down to dunk.
And there's probably like 50 to 75 Beanie Babies.
Give me like your top 3 Pokemon.
Brother, I can't even name.
This is Jay Will, and I'm down to dunk.
Sometimes the way his brain works is it leaves a lot to be desired.
This is Kenrich Williams, and I'm down to dunk.
Charmander.
Charmander.
Charmander. Or you're more of a Charmeleon guy.
Charmeleon.
This is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, and I'm down to dunk.
Schlecht. You know what it means? Yeah.
That means like bad.
It means bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's me.
Well, it was a good interview, so it wasn't bad.
J-Dub, year 3, and I'm down to dunk for the 3rd time. Thank you.
Welcome to Down to Dunk. I'm your host, Andrew Schlecht. We're part of the Athletic Podcast Network. With me here on a Friday, it's Taylor.
Catherine Zeta-Jones. She dips beneath lasers. Oh, slap through.
And Jay.
It's Jay.
You okay, Jay?
A little beatboxing.
Oh, beatboxing.
Yeah.
I just had to answer a question. I thought I had more time in the intro video.
Nope, it's over.
13 wins in a row.
13 wins in a row.
Longest winning streak in the history of the Oklahoma City Thunder.
28-5.
28-5.
Wow.
That's wild, huh?
That's insane.
It's kind of hard to believe that they're 28-5. I mean, when Chet went down against the Warriors, and you would have said, "Hey, on January 3rd, they're going to be 28-5."
I felt
There's just
you can check the read receipts, man. I did think if they could get Hartenstein back, that it would kind of steady the ship as far as the loss of Chet. But even in my insane optimism, I couldn't have foresaw this.
Yeah.
Right. Like either 1 or 2 in net rating in the NBA. I know the Cavs are right there with them. Number 1 defense by
a ton.
This morning on the Hoop Collective, I was listening on my way here, is they said and this may have just been over the last 10 games or so, but the defensive rating between the number 1 team, the Thunder, and the number 2 team, whoever it is as far as it is from like the 2 team to the 10 team or something. Like the gap between the two. Like I said, it could have just been over this last stretch of 10 games or so, but
that would be that. It probably is, because they're 3 points better than the Houston Rockets, which they're at a 105.8. The Thunder at a 102.8. But the thing that's craziest to me is like everybody. How much did you hear last year about the Timberwolves being like this amazing historic defense?
Yeah. It was a lot.
The Thunder at a 102.8. Remember that number.
Okay, 102.8, 102.8, 102.8, 102.8.
Do you know what the Timberwolves were last year?
I think you talked about this on Wednesday.
I did.
Were they like 106?
They're at a 108.
108. What was the first number?
102.0, 102.8, 102.8, 102.8.
So what's the difference there? 3.2, no, 5.2.
Ding, 5 are done.
Isn't that crazy? That to me, that's the craziest thing, is that people were talking about the Wolves and like gave Rudy Gobert Defensive Player of the Year based on like this crazy defensive rating that they had. They're so much better than everybody else.
Hey, what's Wemby's defensive rating?
Like 0.
Like 0, dude.
So Taylor, I don't know if you listened to the Wednesday pod or not, but you got your flowers, man.
Yep.
You got your flowers
For my hot
your
take,
bold prediction.
for my bold dick. Yeah.
Best defense
Ever. I think I said ever, but I think I said 20, 25 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Best defense in the last 20 years.
You won.
And they're doing this without,
you could call him their most impactful defender.
I was about to say the top 3 3 shot blocker in the league or rim protector.
Yeah.
Like who would you put above him? Wemby.
Wemby.
Maybe Jared Allen.
Maybe.
maybe
I don't know that I
iHeart.
would put
Walker Kessler.
Maybe iHeart.
Maybe okay, but here's a real question: do we have 2 of the top 10 rim protectors in the league?
I think that we have 2 of the top centers, period, in the NBA.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's
I'm
what I
so
think.
used to my center just being one end of the floor, and they're both good.
I
on
think-
both.
iHeart was on one last night.
Dude, the whole team
I
was
don't-
so aggressive.
I don't know
last
what
night.
they like. Why Mark was all of a sudden like, "Hey, tonight against the Clippers, I want you to get the rebound and just go."
Mhm.
Yeah.
He had a coast to coast
And one.
layup that he finished. He had a wide open fast break dunk that was weird looking because he jumped and it was like, you don't
Yeah.
need to put that much
Fair.
effort in getting to the rim, but it
Yeah.
was so funny.
It was like how a guard usually has to dunk to show
but he
that
was
they're
just,
really
like-
athletic, and it did look weird that
Yeah.
he was so athletic and his arms are so big, and he like bent his
He
arm.
was awesome last night against the Clippers.
Dude, everyone was. Who was bad last night? No one.
Kevin Porter Jr.
Yeah. Okay. On the Clippers, we can talk about that.
No, so the last, obviously the Timberwolves game is the one that everybody like goes back to because it was just the third quarter
It was.
was maybe the best basketball they played all season.
Yeah.
Fully healthy Timberwolves. The Clippers were not healthy. Harden
Mhm.
wasn't there, which is pretty much all they have. And Norm Powell.
Yeah.
Mm.
And Norm Powell was shut down.
Yeah, he was
last
not very
night.
good. But you're watching that game, and it's like the first quarter, Thunder looks sloppy. Nothing's going
They
in.
look bad.
Clippers go up by 12. But the whole time I'm like, well, they'll figure it out in the third quarter.
You didn't ever doubt.
No. For 1 second, I was like, there's no way this is who they're going to break their streak to. But then I was like, no, they're not even, you just can't count this team out until like literally the game's over.
Also, I just feel like they have a good third quarter because other teams are giving, there's no ramp up to this game if you're the opposing team to the Thunder because of their defensive effort literally from the first minute of the game. So you have to try so hard to just get any kind of offense going
Mm-hmm.
if you're the other team. And by the second half, it doesn't slow down for the Thunder defensively, and it starts to become a little bit harder and slows down for the other team is
And
what it seems
They
like.
get so handsy,
Yeah, it's so aggressive.
especially in the third quarter. I can't imagine how annoying it is to play this team.
And they just don't foul that much either because they're
Which-
so athletic and so good.
The biggest baby in the NBA coaching world disagrees. He just says it doesn't get called. What's his name? The Timberwolves coach.
Oh, Chris Finch.
That dude sucks.
He's such an old school soul.
Well, and you remember he complained about tanking a couple
Yeah.
years ago too. I just don't like him.
Just old school guy.
Yeah. This game was unusual because the Clippers had a 16-point lead at one point, and the Thunder had a 28-point lead at one point.
yeah.
Like it was just like the wild swings of this game were just, I mean, it was just kind of a goofy game. And it was really just because of Amir Coffee.
Yeah, it was because of Amir Coffee.
Just a mere coffee.
He,
Amir Coffee.
That's what he was doing. That's why he put his coffee in the air.
yeah.
Oh, you
Just-
made the Amir Coffee
Yeah,
joke, or were you
that's
just
like-
doing coffee?
No. This is my, just Amir Coffee.
That's good.
Yeah,
man.
that's
good.
my-
It
that's-
took me a second.
That's my Amir Coffee joke.
That's good.
He like started just completely on fire in that
Yeah.
game. And it was just like, okay, what's happening here? He went 6 of 8 on the night from 3 with 26 points.
Felt like all those were in the first quarter.
It pretty much was. I wonder what his career high is. That's got to be close to it, right?
That's some old school Thunder where somebody random goes off for a career best.
32 points is his career high.
I don't know. Amir Coffee.
It looks like he got 35 here
Yes, it does. Why does it say that?
because that's AI, dude.
Hey, before you
is
look at
AI.
it,
Yeah.
what is the
Let's talk about AI for a
no.
second.
Before you look at it, what is the where did he go to college?
Oh boy, I don't
Mm.
remember.
Seattle,
When
the
was he-
home of Starbucks.
When was he drafted?
Don't.
When was
Amir
he
Coffey
drafted?
from Seattle.
I don't know any of this.
This is the
Jay.
Andrew
I don't
question.
know.
I didn't figure it was you. No offense.
I don't.
You're
I
really
don't-
good at this.
I would have to look it up. To be honest, do you know?
No,
Okay,
I didn't even recognize him.
he went
last
to
night.
Minnesota.
Okay,
Drafted in 2019. He was undrafted.
that's why.
yeah.
yeah,
Undrafted in 2019. Great pickup there for the Clippers. He's a good player.
yeah.
He's been annoying before.
I don't
Last year, I
don't
remember him being annoying.
Yeah. Not annoying enough. for the
Not
Thunder.
annoying enough. Yeah, this team, the third quarter, I was just getting so hyped up because they were just so aggressive everywhere.
Oh,
Just like even Lou Dort, the shots he was taking from three, like the level of confidence he had.
Yeah.
He had someone in his face and he pulled up twice from the same spot. He made one and missed the other one. I was like, oh my God, this team just doesn't think they can't do anything wrong right now.
It was a little reminiscent of the Minnesota third quarter because I think it was 42-22 or something against Minnesota. It was 42-20
Mhm.
against the Clippers last night. They just turned it on and there was nothing that you could do. And it all kind of starts on the defensive end
Yeah.
for the Thunder. They had 6 steals alone in the third quarter and they just weren't going to be stopped. They didn't even like shoot it well from 3. They were 3 of 9 from 3, but they were just getting to the hoop. J-Dub at the beginning of that third quarter, it was just over and over again getting to the rim. I think they ran the same play twice, and then he went and scored on the other side of the rim on the very next play. I mean, he was just getting to the rim at will and scored. He had 10 points in the third quarter. Shea had 15. Shea is just automatic.
Yeah,
Like, there's
he's at another level. He didn't play. How many minutes did he play in the fourth?
I mean, he played 30 minutes in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, he really
I
didn't
don't
play.
know if he played in
He
the
didn't
fourth.
have to play in the fourth, which is great because they played the Knicks tonight. But yeah, he didn't have to play in the fourth. He's been unbelievable. He had 29, 3 and 8 with 2 steals in 30 minutes. That's just insane. Only 1 turnover, and is the player of the month for the month of December, along with Karl Anthony Towns, who is in Oklahoma City right now.
And Mark Daignault, the coach of the month.
Coach of the month
So
for Mark D.
I want to back up just a little bit. I felt like it was Dub's most efficient game scoring in a while, even though he only got 18 points. Like his efficiency has not been great, what feels like over the streak.
Yeah.
But he was fantastic last night. And he had really good moments, obviously, in the third quarter of the Wolves game as well. But I think it just seems like, at least over the last 10, and I know you can pull that up quicker than I can, that he has struggled with efficiency until last night, which is really encouraging.
Yeah, he was 57% from the field. The last time that he was close to that was against the Pelicans on December the 7th. He was 52%. And then he had much more efficient games before that. But yeah,
you're right, Jay. He seemed to be in a little bit of an efficiency slump.
he has had a slump. Like from the 10th of December, he's 38%, 40%, 33, 48, 38, 36, 38, 43. And then he was 50% against the Wolves and 57% against the Clippers. So it's good timing that he's coming out of this slump because they're about to play some really good teams, and they've already passed the test against the Timberwolves. And boy, we don't have to like veer off on the Timberwolves, but Ant's comments last night were just
break him down for me a little bit.
Really something. He is upset that he's getting double teamed and upset that he has to pass the ball.
Yeah.
And when you're playing with Julius Randle and you have the same feelings as Julius Randle does about passing, it's not great. And the Timberwolves are in a rough spot where, and it's funny because this is stuff that I think that Presti has touched on in his press conferences, but a lot of times we just think like, hey, move this piece for that piece, and you move these 25 points over to this team and here over here.
Like it's 2K.
Yeah. And you just think, okay, well, this is going to help us be more flexible. And like everybody talked about the flexibility, you get more depth, whatever. But like, did the Wolves front office consider for a second that like this was going to throw off the incredible chemistry and like the team that they had? Because it has completely thrown off. Like, does anybody think they'll be a conference finalist again?
No way.
No.
No way.
And that's Tim Connolly. Like, he's a good GM.
He's a good GM. And he really, really messed this one up.
I just wonder if there was any part of it that was mandated by this weird ownership. Because technically they're still in that who actually owns this. They're probably, I think they're in court over this as well.
Yeah.
But is it going back to like, hey, you got to figure out how to cut costs? And Cat, what a bad trade.
It's a bad trade because he's been so good. I mean,
So
obviously, player of the month in December for the Eastern Conference.
But and then even going back to what Ant's comments were, where teams can just double Ant now pretty easily without having to worry that much.
Yeah.
And when Cat was there, you couldn't do that. I mean, if Cat was on the floor, I have my opinions about Cat and the way he treats basketball, but he can score.
They should have all changed. He's been great for the Knicks.
Yeah. That's the Knicks effect, though. Tom Thibodeau with the Knicks, there's just not a better pairing there with like that culture and Tom Thibodeau, and then Brunson and Hart being like the leaders of that team.
Bridges now as part of their team. OG.
Yeah, you just get the best out of those guys.
Team. Yeah, it should be a fun night tonight. The Knicks are on a 9-game winning streak, number 1 offense in the league, playing the number 1 defense in the league.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Let's make it a belt game.
Shall we make it a belt game?
Dude, there's just a lot of good games.
Well,
the Celtics on Sunday. You got the Cavs on Wednesday. I think, is there a game between the Celtics and the Cavs?
Between those two teams?
No. Like one, is it the Thunder that they play Sunday and then Wednesday, or is there like a Tuesday or Monday?
Oh, yeah. They play, it's Boston, and then they have 2 days and then play Cleveland.
Yeah.
So.
And then New York again.
Then New York again.
Back-to-back Fridays.
Back-to-back Fridays against the Knicks. We can go to the belts. So this is really funny. I had to go back and listen to it. So you said you and Luke, because Jay had to leave early when we did the belt. You and Luke said, Andrew, you have to go first. I said, fine. I said, Thunder win by 7. And then you said, haha, Thunder win by 6. And then you said,
Luke did not do 8.
I said, Luke, sandwich him. And Luke goes, no, Thunder by 15. You know how much the Thunder won by? 8. So you win.
So I win the belt.
Luke is such a freaking... Just be a team player, Luke.
No.
He just always does his own thing, and that's great, and I respect it. But, like, come on.
Things went in the Vegas. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You're like 2 inches away from just getting a concussion.
I know that thing
belt
is heavy. It is heavy.
Yeah, busted my lip.
Congratulations.
Have you had the belt yet, Taylor?
Never. Not once. Not once have I won the belt this season.
So are we making the Knicks game, the Celtics game, or the Cavs game?
I feel like we need to make the Cavs game the belt.
Okay.
Game.
Let's
Don't
make
you
the
think?
Cavs the belt game.
In Cleveland.
In Cleveland. They got 2 days of rest.
All right. The top 2 net rating teams facing off. I'm gonna go Cleveland by 3.
Andrew?
Shameful. I'm gonna go Thunder by 7.
Oh. I'm gonna go. I think I'm going Cleveland as well by 4.
Here's why I'm going Cleveland.
And Luke says Cleveland by 45.
Yeah. Okay, I think they're gonna win tonight. I think they're gonna beat the Celtics. And then I think that it's just gonna be they're gonna lose one of these, right?
I think
one of the top teams.
Yeah, I can see them losing to the Celtics.
I think they're gonna win.
I don't know. Is it
Jay? You said what? Cavs by what? 4?
4? 1 more than Taylor.
Okay.
I don't know, man. There's not a game obviously this team plays that you're like they should win.
Yeah.
Like there's nobody you're intimidated against. Like I'm excited to watch them play Boston because I don't like that's your champion.
It's a good test. That's who's like it's the most likely team to see in the finals if the Thunder make the finals.
Yeah. And I think the Thunder could beat any team, obviously. I'm just playing a probability game here.
They're gonna lose some games here.
They're gonna lose some.
You told me that before though, whenever you said, hey, don't be surprised when they come back from Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's just a tough turnaround. They gotta play Orlando, then Miami.
You know what
Just
happened?
expect them to win one of those or lose one of those.
I thought they would. You know what happened? Shea.
They haven't lost yet.
Because Shea like Dub, like we saw, did slump after the cup. Shea did not. Like Shea took it to another level after the cup, and I think
he just grabbed the MVP.
he did. He's the odds-on favorite now in Vegas, and this stretch, this Knicks, Boston, Cleveland, Knicks. Then you have Washington. Then you have Philly, who's playing a little bit better. Cleveland, Dallas, and then they've got a smattering of some bad teams with Dallas mixed in. But like by the end of January, I think that you can really, if the Thunder can win more than they lose and win on big stages. They have Cleveland on the 16th on TNT, I believe, and they also have Cleveland on this next Wednesday in Cleveland on ESPN.
Yeah, they flexed it.
Okay, good.
So if they can win those games, like those are MVP nights because the whole world's watching, everybody's paying attention to what Shea's doing. If Shea can go in and score 45 against the Cavs and tie his career high for the third time, then I think that they can. I think
It's
that
time for a 50 burger.
Yeah, it feels weird that his high is only 45.
It does. If he scored 50 in Cleveland,
Maybe both times,
and they win on national television, I'm telling you, it will start to. It's already shifted like it should, but it will shift even harder.
How about the fact
Shea.
that he's the leading guard on the All-Star returns?
Hey, how about that?
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Isn't that wild? Because it was not the case last year.
He's a kid from Oklahoma City.
He's got way more than Luka. He almost has 200,000 more than Steph Curry. He's got 500,000 more votes than Kyrie Irving. He's got 600,000 votes more than Anthony Edwards. You wouldn't know that by watching television. I'll tell you that.
Media.
Isn't that wild, though? You know who's second in guard votes is LaMelo Ball for the whole league.
That is my son's favorite player.
Dude, LaMelo Ball is extremely fun.
He is very fun.
He just
he's got a lot of juice, man.
He has played less than 50% of his total available games in the NBA since
What's his brother played? Hasn't played in like 3 years.
But
no way. I don't care.
I'm not comparing him to Lonzo.
I am
comparing LiAngelo.
Yeah, I'm comparing him to LiAngelo.
Come on now,
Jello.
To Jello. Comparing him to Jello. Isn't it wild though that Shea has over twice the amount of like Jalen Brunson?
Yeah, it's making me wonder if we complained about the NBA marketing small market teams not enough. I mean, I wonder if we over complained.
I just wonder if there's some sort of K-pop connection
with Shea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must be it must be that side of the world.
The K-pop is still going toward somehow Andrew Wiggins is the 8th front court guy in the West. Still, that's the K-pop hangover. He has more than Sabonis, more than Jaren Jackson Jr. He has 84,000 more votes than Jaren Jackson does.
That's hilarious.
Who's been a much better player than him.
Andrew Wiggins, just someone I just never think about anymore.
It is amazing that that enough people think of him to vote for him, and 187,000 people voted for him. I guess that's the Warriors effect. I guess, but where's Draymond?
Yeah, even when I think of the Warriors, I don't think of Andrew Wiggins anymore.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Brandon
Pajimski.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's rough.
Quick side note, one more point about last night's game against the Clippers. Aaron Wiggins' birthday.
Yeah, happy
birthday. Got the birthday start. Happy birthday.
What do you think of him in the starting lineup? I've always wondered why he hasn't gotten as much of a look as Joe or Kaysen.
Yeah, I've always kind of liked him in the starting lineup.
I know.
So
it also doesn't help that they kind of had a poor first quarter.
I was going to say it didn't go great.
Yeah,
but I haven't played well with anybody as the starter but Kaysen.
I think that's because Kaysen literally does. He's like, I'll do everything that no one else wants to do. You know,
I'll take it.
Like I'll do anything. And I think that, and it's not that and I think Wiggins and Joe will both do that as well. They're just not anywhere nearly as good as Kaysen is at doing all the small things.
Yeah.
Is Kaysen the best passer? Honestly.
What happened to your tongue?
I was touching my teeth.
Kaysen the best passer?
Is Kaysen the best passer on this team? And we just don't see why.
He is a good passer.
Last night in the third
I
quarter,
think Hartenstein is maybe their best passer,
but he has more
They
opportunities.
have so many guys that are.
They have great guys. It's hard. That's why I think this.
I think Airbud's their best passer.
Airbud. In the third quarter, there were 2 or 3 passes that just blew me away.
Yeah.
When he got this offensive rebound under the basket and he somehow knew, like his court vision and his IQ is so high. It looks like he's been in the league for 10 years when he plays. Just when he does normal basketball stuff, it's just perfect. And he zips it out to an open Wiggins in the corner who makes the shot. Hold on. Language is hard for me today.
You're doing great, buddy.
You're the best passer.
You're the best passer in the NBA.
Words are not coming forth.
Well, try to.
I should have put my dentures in before.
Try to speak English.
Podcast.
Anyway, Kaysen Wallace, I think he's the best passer on the team. We just don't see enough
Let us know.
opportunity.
I
Let us know in the chat.
Jay Will's a fantastic passer.
Jay Will's a great passer. But if you're a big guy, you just have more opportunities, I think to get good passes off.
I think that this team is full of like really good passers. I don't know if anyone's like a great, like wow passer, except for maybe Airbud for real.
Well,
but we'll find out.
Yeah. How can you even say that?
Caruso's good. That's the thing is that in order to be
back, man.
I don't know.
Come on, bro.
In order to be on the Thunder, you just kind of have to do everything, and you have to have feel. That's the thing that all these guys have, and Shay's even been talking about it. Like you go down the list of guys, like everybody. Really, Dort doesn't have like natural feel that you would think of, but he's gotten better at his decision making. Yeah, he's probably like the weakest spot when it comes to like feel for the game, but he's not that bad anymore.
No, and he makes up for all of it by the fact that he has the maybe best defensive instincts in the league.
Yeah, he's insane. Yeah, he has defensive feel like out the wazoo. Yeah. Like everybody is
Wazoo his butt?
I don't know.
Taylor,
what's a wazoo?
Surely.
All right.
Sure. Everybody just knows how to play the game. Everybody has feel. And AJ Mitchell just continues to just be ridiculous.
Oh, that dude's got all the feel.
He's got so much.
Dylan Jones.
Not a field guy.
Usman, not a field guy.
I don't agree. I don't necessarily agree.
With Dylan has though? Dylan makes up for his lack of feel vibes.
He's got some real vibes.
He is always trying to keep the bench back.
He is.
You watch the celebration. He spreads his arms and he's just like, "Don't go, guys! Don't go."
That guy's so funny. I like him a lot.
The time of his life.
Yeah. And he's being like the ultimate teammate. And he was drafted in the first round. He has a standard contract. AJ doesn't, and AJ's playing ahead of him, and he doesn't seem to care at all. Like he is the ultimate teammate.
AJ got his haircut, man.
Haircut?
AJ's so good.
Trimmed it up a little bit. He's smooth, man.
He's just a good basketball player.
He's just good at basketball, and he's not afraid anymore just going to the.
I didn't listen to it.
I'm not afraid anymore.
Vecini mentioned.
I'm not afraid anymore.
Hold on, what is that reference?
Home Alone.
Yeah.
Did you hear me? I'm not afraid anymore. That's what AJ said when he walked out onto the court last night.
Vecini had mentioned he may be the steal of the draft.
We can take a look at it.
Let's take a look at the draft.
Go at the very, very last pick of the second round and then just work your way through. Spend the next 45 minutes doing that.
Let's just take a look.
Who's a steal? Steal or no steal?
Steal. Welcome to our new segment called
Steal or No Steal.
Or No Steal. Brought to you by Thieves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brought to you by the Wet Bandits.
So honestly, the only guy that I would say that I would consider is Jalen Wells, who's been playing for Memphis. He's been starting at small forward for them all season. He's had a really good season for them.
See the guy with a lot of hair?
He's got a lot of hair. It's true. who else in the second round? Enrique Freeman has got a great story, but he's not that great. Bronny James, is he a steal at
what
55?
Well, yeah. In
For
financial
narrative.
returns,
For narrative.
Yeah, I was gonna say
for narrative and jersey sales, yes.
and the complete opposite way, it's a steal for Bronny and for the James family. I think he probably is. Like Filipowski at 32, I think is good.
I don't count that as a steal because he was supposed to be a top 10 guy.
Yeah, true.
Well, and also he's playing for the Jazz.
And he's playing
Yeah.
for Utah.
Somebody's got to score the points.
Somebody's got to. Jonathan Mobo, you Mobo guy?
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Mobo,
that,
So
bro.
I think the bigger question is AJ Mitchell the best player in the draft?
is he the best player in the draft? I don't think
Name
so.
one.
I mean, I'd rather have Steph Castle. I'd rather have. I mean, Reese Shea's size is great.
I forgot that Saloon was a player until we played the Hornets the other day, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah, Alex and I is Hornets week on Slam and Jam, so we're talking some
they're
Hornets.
exhausting, dude.
You're about to learn more about the Hornets than you ever wanted to.
Did they win a single game while you watched them
They won one.
against?
The Pacers.
Oh,
Yeah. Yep. They.
so all I heard you
stink.
say is there's not one single player in the draft better.
This
than
draft
AJ
not
Mitchell.
that great. Huh?
I mean, like, listen, like the guy that I love that went in the lottery, Bub Carrington. Who the thing is that he is 3 years older than Bub Carrington.
Mhm.
AJ is.
Mhm.
So obviously you need to let this play out because like somebody in this like range, even like Jared McCain is a guy that I would probably say I would rather
Right.
have.
Yeah,
But
he's
if,
been really
you
good.
know,
Except for he's injury prone.
except for he's out for the year.
It's not really the year, is it?
I think it is, right?
I thought it was only a couple weeks, month.
He had surgery.
I thought it was maybe just like all the way up until like April.
It's like May, June. I didn't know. Eve Misi has been good, but he's also just like we need somebody that just
Yeah, AJ.
can
You've
walk.
already proved my point. He's the best player in the draft.
he's been very good. I mean,
No,
he's
he's been fantastic.
certainly a
The
first.
fact that he
certainly
is-
a first rounder.
And how do I say this in a way that I'm not trying to like be a dumb Thunder fan and be like, oh yeah, he really is. But like with the difference of AJ Mitchell getting legitimate minutes and scoring 17 earlier this week
Yeah,
for the second best team in the NBA, first
Can
best
we
team
just
in the
call him the
West.
best team in the NBA?
I think Cavs still own that because both record,
Cavs?
yeah, the record.
I would still. I thought you were saying Celtics.
I'm just saying by record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. If we, could, yeah, you
Like
can.
they're on pace for 72 wins. The Cavs are.
Yeah, but they had that hot start. I don't know. I just don't trust the
that hot
Cavs.
start that's gone from October till
Well,
now.
they didn't lose a game for how many games at the start of the season?
Yeah, I mean they're a really good team, and we'll see. We'll get to play them twice.
You just
Yeah.
picked them to beat the Thunder.
Well,
You
that's
did.
because of probability, not because of the Cavs. I mean,
Yeah,
the
they're
Cavs are
eventually gonna
good.
lose.
They're
Why don't
good.
You pick them to the Thunder to lose to the Wizards.
Okay, if the Thunder were playing the Cavs in the finals tomorrow, what are you taking? Who do you think is the better team?
Full strength.
Yes.
I don't think anybody's better than the Thunder.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
but I didn't know you were saying record, so okay.
We're also homers.
Big time.
But we have stats to back it up this time.
stats.
We got
to back it up.
stats.
You do.
They do have the best net rating in the NBA.
And the best
if you-
defense of
if
the
you
last
wanna
20
use-
years.
If you want to use that stat, and they're only a game. I mean, they're half a game behind Cleveland at this point. So they're
Cleveland's also played. It feels like 5 more games.
One more.
no, they play the same amount of games.
No. Cleveland's played one more game.
Yeah.
Oh, they played one more. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right.
The-
Sorry.
Isn't that what I said?
They,
No.
I mean, they also play in the Eastern Conference too. Can we admit that?
Oh man, the West isn't great.
The West,
West has more winning
let's-
teams. I understand that. You're not playing. So listen, here's my favorite part. Do this. I'm stealing this from the Hoop Collective. I'm sorry. I know it's a rival pod. We don't like any of those guys.
Bon times!
But go to the Knicks schedule over the last. So they're on a 9-game winning streak. Go through that night. They did this on Hoops Collective. Hoopa Collective. The Knicks' last 9.
Magic, Wolves, Pelicans, Raptors, Spurs, Magic, Wizards, Jazz.
Okay, I see your point.
Eastern Conference, man. Like the East it's a different league.
You're right.
I
know.
It is a different league. It's not like the records are crazy, but there's just so many more bad teams.
Why?
There's so many more bad teams. Like 76ers have been a bad team. The Brooklyn Nets are not a good team. The Toronto Raptors are not a good team. The Charlotte Hornets are awful. The Wizards are awful. There's so many bad teams. Chicago's not good. Detroit's not good. They're both in the play-in. They've been better lately.
Got beat by the Hornets.
But they're not a good team. They're just flat out not a good team. So
Keep going. This is fun.
I mean, Atlanta is at 7.
Sneak up.
They sneak up
Doing
and
damage,
doing
yeah.
some damage. The Miami Heat, who are just
Not
in
good.
shambles,
Yeah.
they're firmly in the playoffs.
Is there anything more satisfying than Amin Thompson hurling Tyler Hero to the ground? That's a top 5 NBA moment of the last 5 years to me.
Yeah, I mean, just do it for the mustache alone. Throw him to the ground.
Fake tough guys, man. Just every once in a while need to be hurled to the ground.
Yeah.
He only got 2 games for that.
Perfect.
Can you believe
because
that?
the league agrees.
Can you? I mean, they obviously do.
Najee Marshall got 4 or 5 for who'd he punch?
He punched Yusuf Nurkic.
Yeah, well, once again, somebody that deserves to get punched.
I know,
Andrew-
but he got way more games. Isn't that wild?
Yeah, because I'm telling you, the league was like, yeah, dude, Hero kind of sucks.
It is okay in parenting. That does happen, right? Where it's like,
Wait, I'm gonna need you to unpack this.
all right. So
Every
my
once in a while, you
2-year-old
gotta
Andrew
fling your
will
children to the ground.
Andrew will agree with this.
Okay.
My 2-year-old is so annoying to Nora. Just like walks up to her if she's laying down, just smacks her in the face. Nora just whines, and I don't let her do anything. Every now and then, I will let Nora
Handle it.
retaliate and handle it. And then Nora won't get in trouble, and Quinn cries, and I'm like, well, you are really annoying. So you do have to get some kind of retaliation. There are consequences to your actions and behavior. You know? Do you agree with this?
Sometimes you have to let the kids handle their
Yeah.
own problems.
Yes.
It's true.
Yeah.
And that's what the league did in this situation, Trey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quinn keeps pulling Nora's hair, and it like so hard, just grabs a chunk of hair and just like her whole head comes down. So I was like, Quinn, if you pull her hair again, I'm going to let Nora just unleash on you and just pull your hair as hard as she can. And she looked at me and she did it. And then Nora looked at me like tearing up, and she
Permission.
looked at me like, can I go? Release me. I was like, okay, go.
Release
And she grabbed her hair and just didn't even pull it that hard, but pulled it enough. And Quinn looked at me like, what are you going to do? I was like, sorry, that's how it goes now.
That's
You got to let them do it.
really funny.
That's
Girls
how
are
kids learn,
mean, man. Girls are freaking mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
Women, right?
Mean.
Yeah, all of them.
Very much looking forward to these next few games. I think the Knicks game is going to be really fun, and just getting to see them play against elite competition is going to be really cool.
Fully healthy too. Like there's been that kind of like in the back of my mind narrative about the Thunder have played a lot of teams
Yeah,
not at full strength.
they played the Minnesota Timberwolves at full
For sure.
strength,
For sure. But
and
it's like
beat them like a drum.
it's kind of the NBA right now is there's so many teams playing not at full strength.
Yeah. Clippers last night, obviously without James Harden, they have like no offensive engine. Memphis certainly without Ja,
Yeah, they didn't have Ja, they didn't have Brandon Clark, they didn't have
Santi.
Santi Aldama.
Yeah, get out of here with those excuses, though. The Thunder don't have Chet. The Thunder don't have Chet.
Yeah, I always forget that because people do bring
Shit.
that up against the Thunder a lot. Like,
Yeah.
well, this other team didn't have this other team didn't have that. And I
No
think
one-
they honestly are forgetting because the Thunder looks so good.
You know
I
who doesn't
think
forget is Tim Bontemps.
Bontemps.
That dude loves him some Thunder right now.
I don't
It's
care.
good.
He
Bontemps-
shouldn't be. He shouldn't be allowed.
He's always extremely friendly with me when he sees me because
Good. Not friendly with me.
because he loves the Thunder.
Because of
I think.
Taylor.
Because of Taylor.
Not friendly with me. I'll tell you that.
He's never hugged me one time.
Not one time has he looked me in the
Taylor
eye and
hasn't?
talked to me.
No, Tim Bontemps.
Oh, well, I can't.
I
do
never met
anything-
him.
Can't
I
do
don't
anything
want
about that. Yeah, they're doing this all without Chet. It's still hard.
Here,
It's still hard.
unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
I think Chet's just going to mess everything up.
That is very unpopular.
Okay.
And
Unpack that for me, Jay.
I just think, like, how do you add a guy that's such high volume and high usage? I don't have anything.
I
I'm just
know.
kidding.
You just don't believe this at all.
I am intrigued. I am intrigued to see how they, like, what the starting lineup looks like.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to putting Chet and Hartenstein together. Like, you talk about it. Like, you want your, 5 best players on the floor.
Yeah.
You're telling me that their best 5 at the end of a game wouldn't be Hartenstein, Chet. And I know it's situationally dependent, but Hartenstein, Chet, Lou, Dub, and Shea. Woo!
I've gotten to the point.
That's a problem.
It's a problem.
Who's scoring on that team? Name them. One team.
The Celtics,
The Hornets.
the 16 Warriors.
the 2016 Warriors,
Klay
90
Thompson.
98 Bulls.
Yeah, 98 Bulls probably.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah, maybe not.
Kobe, Shaq, Lakers. No.
Shaq.
I mean, Shaq. Yeah.
Shaq would probably.
But man, they
score.
would have they would have some pretty good rim protection. Hartenstein's a
would.
big boy, and then Chet is
Not.
him.
Weak side shot blocker.
Chet playing the surge role from back in the day, where he's just like kind of lurking behind, waiting for. Oh my!
Chet is like Serge and Kevin Durant like mixed together.
Hey, by the way, Serge, real quick. I was watching a video with Matt Barnes, and they were asking Matt Barnes to guess the
Was he
top
at your
5.
house?
Yeah, he was over. And I was like, Matt, who do you think, if you had to guess, what the top 5 most fined players in NBA history are? Did you know Serge is number 4?
Interesting.
I thought that had to be wrong, right? When did he get fined, and for what? Why was he fined a lot?
Every once in a while, he would just like try to kill somebody on the basketball court.
Yeah.
So was he fined from
One
that?
time, he choked somebody one time.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. He would. Okay, I do remember there were sometimes he would get
just, like,
he would go
break.
kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Watch
That's
out.
true. That's true.
He did have some crazy moments. Yeah, almost $1 million in fines.
4th all time, right behind Draymond,
Yeah. Right behind. He's like right there with Draymond
ahead of Chris Paul.
and Russ and Markieff Morris. I don't know if this is true or not. I don't know if I can believe this. This is on Reddit.
Okay, I believe it.
It's probably
the
true.
internet says it.
I want to believe it.
If the internet says it, then it must be true.
Yeah, Chet's Serge Ibaka plus Kevin Durant.
Minus all the fines.
Minus all the fines. Yeah, it's wild. Let's take a quick break and then we'll do some Twitter questions. And we're back after that quick break. Now we're going to do some Twitter questions.
Twitter questions. You got questions and you got them on Twitter. Now we answer them for you. This is Twitter questions. Let's get down to it.
Jimmy.
Our first Twitter question comes from @SpinnyProd. He wants to know, hi, I'm from Australia and I'm heading to my first ever Thunder game versus the Pelicans on February 10th. I was wondering where to line up to meet the players and get signatures, as we have seats next to the tunnel. Okay, so you say the tunnel. There are multiple tunnels in the arena. There is one tunnel where the players go in. It's a direct tunnel to the locker room.
It's in the middle.
I'm going to find it.
It's in the middle of, it's in between sections 101 and 2. No.
It is, hold on.
The Thunder
Show me
the
the
Thunder
seating chart,
players,
please.
not the not the visiting team.
Yeah, not the visiting team. If you want Thunder players, it's in section 116.
It's behind the press.
So if you go to section 116 and go down, you're going to have to get there. I would be there by 5 to get in line because there's going to be people that want to get down there fast. And in fact, there is always a group of people that gets in early that have like early access that will get in and get the best spots. But you need to get down there as quick as you can and go find a spot in 116. If you want Shea's, I will say this. If you want Shea's signature, then 116, 17, 18, 19, 20, any of those, and get down as far as you can, and you will get Shea's. You also might get J-Dubs and Hartenstein's, but you are probably not going to get like Lou Dort and those other guys. They're not going to go and sign for everybody. Shea will sign for everybody from basically like 101 to 120, 119, 118, 117, 116, every single game. He will just walk that entire deal, sign for everybody, and then go back. He does that every game. So if you want Shea's signature, that's not a hard one to get. If you want the other guys, you need to be in 116. So
Like if you want
Jose
Alvarado.
Oh, if you want Jose Alvarado, you need to go to one. You need to go to 112. Basically, is where you need to go.
And just go down as close as you can to the floor.
Yes.
Is that a short joke?
Mm.
Yes.
Also, is there any way you can extend your stay and not just watch the Pelicans game? Like that Australia guy. I'm like, bro, try to figure out another one because
I think he just wants to see a win.
That's fine. That's fine.
You just want to see a Thunder win. That's a great game. It's a great game to pick.
Great game.
Yeah. So, yeah. All right. The next Twitter question comes from Jess2437. What game this month are you most looking forward to?
There's a lot of them.
So you got Boston. Mine might be Boston on Sunday.
Yeah.
Plus matinee game.
It's a 2:30 tip.
That's the big test game.
It's a huge test.
Yeah.
That one I'm very much looking forward to.
I mean, the Cavs ones, the Wednesday night.
Cavs wins.
Probably that Thursday night Cavs game at home.
Yeah.
I'll call that one the one I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah.
Mainly because I can actually watch that one. I won't be able to watch the Wednesday one in live time.
Lifetime. Yeah. I mean, to me, it's probably Boston. That's probably the one I'm most looking forward to.
Same.
The Cleveland games, certainly. I just have a hard time believing that the Cavs are going to be in the finals.
Yep. Same.
That's my only thing with
haters.
I just don't respect them yet.
Do you think they're going to be in the finals, Jay?
I don't see why not.
The Celtics is
Eastern
why
Conference
not?
Finals.
No, finals, NBA finals.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. I just need to see him prove it in the playoffs.
For sure. I agree. Same thing with the Thunder.
It honestly was the same
Agreed.
way for the Celtics before they won, though.
Yeah.
Except for they were in the finals the year before.
Yeah, but they
Or was it 2 years before?
2 years.
2 years.
They played the Warriors. Because it was the Heat, just the improbable Heat runs that are just so annoying that seem to be coming to an end.
Yeah.
So, which is great because
Well,
I just
lasted long enough.
God, I hate that Heat team. That's just like the most annoying team. And honestly, if you want to like complain about ratings and stuff, blame the Heat because no one wants to watch that team. That's an awful team, and they've made it very far into the playoffs a couple times, and it honestly has ruined my NBA viewing experience.
It is over though.
So, okay, next one. Jeff U308 wants to know what's the best ice cream flavor, and are you going cone or are you going cup?
I went last night to Boomtown Creamery.
Oh,
It's
Boomtown
good.
is the bomb.
They've got one in Edmond now on 5th Street.
They do?
Yeah.
Wow.
Fifth and what?
Street.
You know where Hideaway is?
Yeah.
Like same kind of area.
Oh, nice.
They're trying to build that out into like a pretty neat little area.
Yeah.
Wow, that is the best news of the day.
Yep. So last night went and got a waffle cone, which I'm almost always waffle cone.
Dude, when you
It's-
walk into the Boomtown, you
available.
smell the waffle cones.
Yeah,
so good.
fresh
So good.
waffle cones.
So good.
And then I did their
Dang.
cookie butter.
Yeah,
So good.
man.
Yeah, I haven't had
Boomtown-
something bad from there.
Boomtown may be the
Yeah.
best like by scoop.
Yeah.
It's a lot of these like local ice cream places are like most of them don't clear Brahms. Most of them don't. and
I
won't.
totally agree.
But Boomtown does.
Boomtown's pretty good. And they have
Boomtown-
unique flavors, which is kind of fun too.
Boomtown is the only one that will clear Brahms for me.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go back to quality and value, you got to go to Brahms.
You do
Yeah, Boomtown, you're spending a pretty penny.
$5 a scoop.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
spending a
it's-
pretty
it's-
penny.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Brahms, I can get out of there for under $2, I think, or it's around $2 for one scoop.
Oh yeah.
Are you ever doing just one scoop of ice cream?
Yeah, I'm not usually.
Like you won't do a shake?
I'll
Or
do
a
a shake.
mix?
I'll do a shake. I'll do a shake. Not a mix.
Yeah.
But I'll do a small shake.
I'm a mixman.
Mixed
I
money.
do like Andy's.
Andy's is really good. It's also so expensive. It's also
Oh,
so
yeah.
expensive, but it
And-
does clear Brahms too.
And it's
$7 for a custard, you know. I'm like, but
yeah, it's
I'll-
frozen custard. I don't know. It is
Yeah,
different.
different-
It's a different
yeah.
experience.
not a
It's-
scooper.
it's
yeah.
very good though.
Yeah.
It is very
Anyway,
good.
so cookie butter is really good.
Uh,
What's your go-to at Brahms, Andrew?
You know, it really it changes. I've been going with there's this like peanut cluster fudge, I think is what it's called.
mm,
It's very good.
Sounds good.
Yeah. That's been my go-to lately.
chocolate
It's
almond.
Super good.
Chocolate
um,
almond, good.
chocolate
good.
almond.
really good.
Old man ice cream.
Yeah, I feel cookies and cream. I think is like the good flavor tester. Is this a good ice cream spot or not? Try
Oh,
their
yeah.
cookies and cream.
Then Brahms cookies and cream's pretty elite.
Oh,
yeah.
It is.
It's
It's
elite.
top notch. There's
Yeah.
some people that do it wrong.
Yeah.
Boomtown is
flat
good
out.
too.
I
Ugh.
tell you what I had recently that was not good at Brahms. Black walnut.
Yeah.
had it?
No.
No.
No, that doesn't sound good.
We thought so. My neighbor got it thinking that it was kind of like a butter pecan esque,
Mhm.
but it's not good at all. It's like almost sour. That's gross. Maybe we got a
Ugh.
spoiled batch.
Yeah,
Maybe
why would it be
It
sour?
was terrible.
Sour. That is strange. Help us out, Brahms.
Bitter, not sour. Bitter,
Oh,
bitter.
bitter.
Okay.
bitter.
Also, an old person ice cream,
for sure.
and so
That's why we were like, oh, butter pecan. We like butter pecan.
butter pecan is very good. It's very, very good. Next question comes from M. Bayfield. M. Bayfield wants to know: are the Thunder buyers or sitters at the trade deadline?
Sitters. Next question.
Yeah.
At Elmo Carp. I love the team and obviously believe in the future we have, but do we think athleticism and physicality will start to become more of a priority? It just seems like we need to get much tougher, more explosive to reach the level that we're all hoping for.
I'm sorry to be this way. Just fundamentally How
Yeah,
do you
I
say
agree
that
with
they're not
you.
physical?
They're very physical.
Or athletic.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you see the end of the third quarter finish by Shea Gilgeous-Alexander? Did you see how excited he was? This is my favorite part. I've watched that clip 1,000 times where he finishes it and then Joe gets the deflection
Yeah,
and then he goes running over the bench. I don't know who that coach is that he's yelling with, but the two of them together hyped me right up.
Is this just because we don't have a lot of alley oops? Is that where this
No,
question
I don't
comes
know
from?
what it is.
they're looking for lob slams,
Yeah, I think they're looking for lob slams.
maybe at old buddy old Kel.
Wait for Chet to come back. He'll get some more lob slams.
Hmm.
Yeah. What is the solution to meaningful NBA discourse on social media? It feels like every platform is full of hot take warlords.
Meaningful conversation via social media is almost in itself
It's an oxymoron.
an oxymoron.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no solution.
You can't.
No.
It's get off social media.
That's
Yeah.
basically it. Have some conversation with your friends.
Call someone.
Yep. make an old school phone call with somebody.
Yeah.
The solution
a
is
landline, find it.
dissolution.
Yeah.
No, social media is just hard.
It's not the place to have conversation, I
No.
would say. I wouldn't. You can show people pictures of your dogs and stuff, but like, don't worry
What
about
about Reddit?
You said dog.
what. Reddit, no, like nowhere. I mean, come
Okay.
on.
Just
It's,
making
it's
sure.
all,
Yeah,
it's
nowhere.
all, it's all the
Nowhere.
same people.
Okay.
It's all the same people trying to have the same. It's just, and it's always just here's the thing. There are reasonable people on
Everywhere.
every platform.
Yeah.
the reasonable people aren't the loud ones and aren't the ones that
Aren't the ones that are engaging.
that are trying to have the conversations.
Yeah.
It's the unreasonable people that are typing away on their phones. That is who is dominating the conversation.
Yeah.
And
And
there
a
are
bunch of like, and you're anonymous, and then you're just like, your whole bit is just being raging and against.
Yeah, there's a
you know,
silent majority that exists.
Yeah.
That is all on all of these platforms that don't engage.
Yeah.
And are just watching
Yep.
the crazy people do their thing.
Yep. And
That's-
getting annoyed.
That's what happens.
And the For You page just fills up with psychotic people.
Should I read
You
that
gotta-
tweet that Alex sent?
You got to get off. You got to get off. You got to get off the For You page. I am KevBot. Wants to know, where does AJ rank amongst the best two-way players in team history?
Oh,
man. At
okay.
this point-
Sorry. I'm like, guys that play offense and defense?
At this point, he's better. Is he
That's a
better than
long
Dort
list.
was at this stage of his career? So
yeah,
Dort,
definitely.
I mean, we're talking about like Dort as a rookie. Dort didn't really even play.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I met Dort, he was playing for the Blue, and I went out and interviewed him at the Blue practice facility when he hadn't even really played for the Thunder.
What year was that? When was he drafted? 18?
19.
That was in 19.
Well,
And-
he played in the 20 playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that was his second year, right?
He had eventually gotten into the rotation
Or
because
was that his first
it was
year?
his first year.
Okay.
Due to
Yeah.
injury, he got into the rotation and he became the starting two guard for the team because they had like guys like Terrence Ferguson.
Yeah,
occupying
yeah.
that
It's just
spot.
it's just hard to compare. Like, it's hard to compare Lou because Lou. So
Lou-
here's how I would say it: was Lou defensively what AJ is offensively?
maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, he might have been, because wasn't that the year that
he was the
We
hard
played the
stopper
Rockets,
and
yeah. yeah. And
Now,
he had
that was-
30 points in that game.
it was strange because it was technically in August,
Yeah.
so it would have been way more than 1 year of like it was
Yeah,
more time
There was
than
basically
a
like
regular
this like
rookie.
training
Yeah,
camp
yeah,
that existed
exactly.
before
So
the playoffs.
that's
Yeah.
true.
AJ's really good.
He's really good.
He plays well. He actually, and he's not a minus defensively.
No.
That's the thing about the Thunder. Thunder don't play people who are minuses defensively.
Mm-mm.
Uh,
I would say that he's the most well-rounded two-way player they've ever had.
yeah, I think that's not a crazy thing to say.
Yeah,
He's so good, it is shocking he's a two-way player.
that will come to an end.
Yeah.
Yep.
After his 50 days of service, and then he will get his new contract.
And we'll say thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
He did get 300,000 because the tournament.
Yeah, you did get some money.
You get $300,000 if you make it to the finals.
Yeah, but
And, if you win
Uncle
the finals,
Sam
you get
takes
another
how much
200.
of that, Jay?
half.
Half, right off the top. And then you have your agent.
At the Peyton Mintz wants to know. I'll ask again because I'm really curious as of late. Do each of you enjoy watching more? Which player, Prime Russ or current SGA?
Current SGA, without question.
Okay, Jay, I just want to bring up the 2017 season.
I would say that they're-
Current SGA, without question.
Okay.
Did you watch the third quarter against the Wolves? And I know Russ had moments like this all of his career. It is some of the most beautiful. Like, Russ was like watching like chaos in all of the best ways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like watching like a rocket strapped on to like a S10 pickup.
Yes.
Going off
Yes.
over the Grand Canyon. And you're like, I don't know if it's going to make it.
Yeah.
You know, and
But
it
if
was
it does, it's going to be.
and it was amazing and
Incredible.
spectacular. There's nothing better to watch.
Shea's just beautiful. Like, his
Shea-
game is beautiful.
Shea is just smooth. He's just absolutely smooth. Shea is like watching Kobe Bryant or
He's got a lot of MJ in his
Michael Jordan,
mid-range
or
and
like he is that
fadeaways.
kind of guard that just like you watch him and you say that is one of the best players ever.
The other thing that he does, and I'm not trying to be an anti-Russ guy,
Yeah.
is you don't question his locked-endedness
Yeah,
on the defensive end.
totally. I was having a conversation with somebody last week about this, and that
And he's a
He-
tone setter because of that.
he is,
Yeah.
and he is a leader in all the good ways.
That's what Hardenstein said in the interview the other day
Mhm.
after he's like, it changes everything whenever your two leaders, Dub and Shea,
Yeah,
are also deeply engaged on the defensive end.
definitely. I think
MJ and Pippen.
yeah, Shea leads in all the right ways. and wants to be a good leader and wants to help lead the culture. I don't think the team has ever been more aligned than it is now, from Clay down to Shea.
Yep.
From Clay to Shea.
Yep.
That's a shirt. From Clay to Shea.
From Clay to Shea.
Alignment.
Yeah. Clay, the owner.
Yeah. Who else
You're
would
not
that
thinking
be?
about like
Clay
crafting-
Thompson.
crafting clay.
I
From
honestly-
Clay Thompson in Dallas all the way to Shea. They're
Yeah.
completely aligned.
That's about 250 miles.
It's not bad. At Pepsi United, if we had at least one of Chet or iHeart and Chet for every single game so far this season, do we now talk about the possibility of beating the Warriors 73-9 record? I don't know.
Anything is
Anything is
possible.
possible. Let's just say yes. At T_Neil, Tyler Neal, shout out. He wants to know,
Baller.
after the Thunder win the title this year, where does Topic fit in? How much does?
Well, I was honestly thinking about this. It's a great question.
Yeah,
The Thunder will add 2 lottery picks
yeah,
to this team going into next
yeah.
year.
Oh man.
Between Topic and whoever they draft with probably the Sixers pick, I'm assuming.
Yeah, Sixers or I mean the Clippers could still fall out of this.
Yeah.
They're not that far.
I don't know where they fit in. I mean, Topic, if in theory, makes sense as the guy, because I don't know if you've noticed this. Not I actually just noticed this after your conversation. You and Alex had a conversation about what you do with Dub, as far as like he's not going to be like there's still a drop off when Shea takes off the floor.
Mhm.
They've started to give AJ, and maybe I either just noticed it or it's actually been a shift in the way they play it. Is
Mhm.
AJ has now become the point guard on the second unit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
And so you could see Topic taking some of that opportunity if he's ready to play, and if he can play defense the way that he needs to stay on this team.
Yeah.
Or get the minutes he needs.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, to have him out there running a second unit with Dub, to where Dub doesn't have to be the primary ball handler, can still play off ball. Like that's what he ideally is. I don't
Mhm.
know if he will be.
Yeah, I don't know either. Anyone's guess is just as good as mine at this point. Like I don't know what it looks like. It's going to be difficult for him, I think. But if he's as talented as I think he is, because they took him in the lottery, he'll be able to overcome
Well-
it. And it's just going to be a straight up competition camp. Can he
Yeah.
be better than AJ Mitchell? I think will be a huge question. That'll be like one of the burning questions of next
What's-
season. Is like, can he do that? And
What's been kind of fun to watch in just little spots where you get to see it is Topic, and I think it was Caruso and Topic were like, Caruso's basically coaching on the sidelines.
oh yeah,
Mhm.
all the time.
yeah,
And I'm pretty sure there was one time where he was taking Topic and he's just like, all right, like this is what's happening. Look at this. Think about it. Like
mm-hmm.
for Topic to be as young as he is, but also to have like one of the things about his game in the with the pro level that he was playing in Europe is he is going to have the potential to think the game at a high level.
Yeah, definitely.
And so having a year to catch up to the mental aspect of the NBA, that's going to pay dividends for him. Now, can he physically keep up? What's he going to look like defensively?
It's a huge question.
Those are the big things for Topic. But the thing to remember is pre-knee injury, though. What was he, a top 5?
Oh yeah, I think that there were some people that had him as the best player in the draft. So there is high potential that exists there. Now, do guys always get there? No. I think that he is. You have to view Topic as just like a huge bonus, and if it works out, I mean it would honestly be insane if it worked out. If he was as good as we think that he could be off the bench as like a creator, because he can score too. He's got really good touch. He shoots it well from the free throw line. He can score around the basket. He can get to the basket. He's got a little bit of what Shea and J-Dub have, and that they just have this intuition on maybe they're not as explosive or whatever, but they just know how to get to the hoop. And he's got that same thing. And so, I mean, it's going to be really interesting. And hopefully we get to watch him in Summer League. Hopefully, you get to watch Topic and somebody else, come in that are like high level guys playing Summer League and see
Cooper Flag.
and see what happens when they get Coop. I mean, it's exciting. There aren't title contenders that you can look at and say like, wow, they have a lottery player for sure waiting in the wing. They have a potential more lottery picks coming in this next draft. You look at, Boston and even Cleveland and all these other teams, Dallas, like
No, most teams have to deplete their war chest to compete at this
yeah,
level.
most of them don't have picks.
Hmm.
So it is going to be interesting. I just want to emphasize this again. I think I've done this many times, but this has never happened.
Yeah.
In the history of the NBA, there is not a historical comp for what this Thunder team is doing and what they're accomplishing. There is not a historical comp. This is why Presti and his whole team were named like the best organization, best front office in the United States of America when it comes to pro sports.
Yeah.
Like this is why.
Yeah.
Is that no one has able to do what they're doing. People have had great teams. Even the first iteration of the Thunder isn't as good as what they have done now.
No.
I feel like the last one was like lightning in a bottle. They made 3 incredible picks and they did other good things around the fringes for sure. But this is different. What they're doing now shows that, hey, we learned from that first iteration. We know what to do. We're head and shoulders. Sam Presti has changed the way that teams make trades. He has changed the way that people view draft picks. He's changed all of it. And everyone is looking and watching to see what he does. And he's still doing it by taking draft picks and trading them to contending teams, these late first-round draft picks, trading them to contending teams and saying, yeah, just give me one in the future that has few protections. And they did that with Denver. And I'll bet you they're going to do it again. And then when the Thunder are in their like true prime, where it's like overlapping primes are happening, they are truly one of the best teams in the NBA. I think they're going to be head and shoulders above everybody in the NBA, and they're still going to have this pick. And like, man, Denver really fell apart. Can you believe the Thunder have their top, 5 protected pick?
Yeah.
Like that is when like things are crazy now. Like just wait until this team is ready to win. I mean, I think this team is primed to make multiple finals runs, and they're going to have all these picks. It has never been done before. It has never been done before. And so it's crazy to think where we could be. It wasn't that long ago that we were sitting here talking about the lottery and what this team could be. Now we're in the stage where they have the best net rating. They have the best defense of the last 25 years, and the best is yet to come. Like this isn't even the top of what they're going to be. We haven't even seen them with Chet. So anyways, I can stop talking, but it's very exciting.
Talk about job security for Presti too.
Oh,
like look at this team. I have a first round pick 10 years from now.
As if he needed it.
As if he needed it.
And I will say this. The strategy he's been able to deploy is because of the job security, because of him backing up, because of ownership, and because of Presti doing what he said he was going to do.
Yeah, I mean, he literally wrote it in the Oklahoman. This is what I'm going to do. It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
All right. Are you miffed and are you paved?
Miffed and paved.
I'm a little miffed.
Mm-hmm.
I built a bunk bed. I think I told you that.
Yeah, we talked about this.
We talked last week.
It. All right. It's great. The girls love it.
That was last week.
Yeah. Christmas was last week. Isn't that weird?
It's amazing.
I know. It's such an amazing time. So I build them this bunk bed. They're so excited. But it's been it's been a terrorizing experience for Kate and I. Because they will not go to sleep. And they stay up too late. And they're crying so much. And they're making each other mad. And I just want to know, how long does it take until they stop? Until they just accept their reality. That, hey, you're sharing a room now?
How
this
old
is
are
what
they?
sleep is now. 4 and 2?
Yeah, you're a ways off, my brother.
About to take away their playroom and just give them another bedroom again and split them up.
But also G and B'd.
Why?
I don't know.
You got him.
You're gonna go back. There's gonna be
You
moments.
got him. I obviously I'm G and B'd. I'm just miffed right now because
it moves really fast.
Hey, the days are long, but the years are short. Am I right?
I know.
Shake my hand.
My son is
Taylor.
15.
I want to shake your hand.
15 and a half.
Taylor says that they have so much space for activities, though.
They do. They do. It's great to have a
But
playroom.
it also doesn't it because they have a playroom and their bedroom, like it makes the rest of your house not as
Oh yeah, I have a living
their
room again.
territory.
Yeah, I have a living room again, which
Yeah,
is
that's
great.
nice. That's nice.
You're
Shut
right.
the door,
I
bolt it
am
on the
G and B'd.
outside.
Jay, I just want to say this. Yes, I'm G and B'd, but you saying that kind of cuts into what this segment is.
It's true.
Like it kind of ruins this segment.
Yeah. Well, you want me to redeem it?
Yeah.
I've hesitated to say this because I'm genuinely embarrassed at it,
Oh.
and I'm embarrassed to even admit it on this podcast
Uh-oh.
among you guys.
Uh-oh.
So we went, my wife and I went to the Wolves game, the New Year's Eve game. A lot of fun. That's going to be our tradition. New Year's Eve at the Thunder game is what you want to do.
It's great.
So number one, I dropped the ball on how to buy tickets. I did Ticketmaster, and these perfect tickets came available, and I tried to wait because I thought they would go down even more, and they got gobbled up before I got back into them. That was a bummer.
Gobble, gobble.
But that's not what I'm miffed and peeved about. So we have some good friends that we've made that we met at halftime downstairs in the 100 sections at one of the bars, the Ultra Bar. So, when you meet up with somebody at halftime, there's more than likely it's going to bleed into the third quarter.
Yeah. No.
Bro.
You missed it live?
I got back into my seat with like 2 minutes left.
No, Jay.
I missed that whole run in the third quarter.
Jay. And it was electric in there,
so
bro.
I'm sitting in my, now the good news is I got to watch the Shea finish at the end of the quarter. Like there's a lot of things I did get to watch, and in the end, my wife was like, you should have just left. Because it was really like her and they were having the conversation, and I was just like there.
Yeah.
I was like, I should have just gone and sat in my seat because I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
But what's neat is there's TVs literally everywhere. Matt Pinto's streaming and over the radio, all this thing. So you get to at least kind of experience, but there is nothing quite as like the FOMO of hearing the crowd going insane.
And you're there.
I'm like, and I'm having to because the TVs are always like a little delayed. So it's the most. I was just like, what is that night? This is New Year's Eve. I get back to my house and I turn on the TV and rewatch the third quarter.
Yeah.
Dang.
It was incredible. Yeah. I watched
I'm G&B'd because good people. I like having friends. That's good. Good people.
Yeah.
And I was with my wife, which is great. But at the same time,
think about this. If you had never made those friends, you would have watched the third quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's maybe still worth it. But
also, let's just remember what the spirit of this segment is, please.
Yeah.
You don't have to
way more
just be miffed.
Yeah.
Way more
Can you
miffed
just be miffed?
Just be miffed.
I was miffed at myself.
You don't have to do any qualifiers.
I had better choices and I just didn't take them. It's my fault. Miffed and peeved.
Yeah.
That reminds me of Stu Gotts leaving before game 6 of the Spurs Heat, and he walks out and he tried to lie about singing it live and they caught him. He walked out early. That's great.
Yeah, I tore my ACL. I have to have surgery on literally the day the Thunder play the Cavs at home. So it's great.
Ugh, that stinks, man.
Super miffed. And I'm not going to try to justify it at all. It just sucks.
Good. G&B because you have a good wife? No.
G&B because you're playing with your kids?
No.
I'm just miffed.
This is the first time in the history of the podcast that we've said there's a problem with doing G&B.
No. You can do You can do either G&B or miffed and peeved.
Choose.
Sorry, I'm a glass half full guy.
No, this is not glass half.
Don't turn your miffed and peeved to G&B.
Right.
Choose G&B or choose miffed and peeved.
Yes.
All right. I hope you guys have a great weekend. We'll talk to you guys again on Monday.
You can't pick 7.
Yeah, don't pick 7.